So the market opens in 5 minutes, but I'm gonna start off with my charting lesson and my weekly watch list with Tesla. There are currently no federal tax credits available for purchasing a new or used Tesla because the program officially ended on September 30th, 2025. What this means is increased costs without the federal tax credit. The upfront cost of buying a Tesla has increased by the amount of incentive. Lease price hike. Tesla has already raised lease prices for its vehicles in the US in response to the credit's expiration. Potential slowdown. Industry analysts and Tesla itself have warned the removal of the credit could lead to a slowdown in EV sales and demand, at least in the near term. So, tax credit cut, it expired on September 30th, 2025. So that might have been the reason for this big pullback after the gap fill in the vehicle delivery numbers. So I'm gonna chart this first. I'm gonna clear this. I'm gonna rechart this first. I'm gonna go into daily. And this is all-time high right here. Then I'm gonna go on the 4-hour time frame. So this is the high of Friday. So this is the high I'll be watching for upside play. And we have a rejection there. Two more in the zone. What's this one? 482.45, 43.99. Let's see if that one. I'm gonna chart this and go in alphabetical order and come back to this. This is the most recent. That's the most recent. So it lines up with this. Still lines up with this. Then we have that level. What's this high? 461.50. I'll leave that one for now. Boom, boom. So these are all the areas I'll be watching for upside play. Market opens in 2 minutes. All right. So now this is the high of. That's the high of Friday. So I'm gonna mark the low of Friday. Probably have time to, if you watch my video I posted Friday, you will understand what I'm about to do with my downside plays. You'll understand why I'm marking those levels for downside if you watched my video on Friday. So I'm gonna mark those and leave them and come back to see where did the market open. Where did the market open? So this is the low of Friday and this is the high of Friday. I'm gonna go to Apple. Start in alphabetical order. Let's see where we open. Apple's down here, so Apple. Let's This is the high of Friday. We're close to all-time high soon. That's why I'm watching. Apple. Let me do something real quick before this goes off. Okay, that's already off. So this is all-time high for Apple right here. So there's nothing really else to do here. My main watch is probably going to be the BTC stocks. BTC's on a run right now, so I'm working my way down to crypto. Nothing on AMD for me. Nothing on Amazon. Armstrong. Let's see. I'll be watching this level, that level. These are my next key levels for ARM. My next key levels for ARM. Coin, let's see. Boom, still on the run. I'm gonna mark this high. I know the market's gonna keep moving, but I'm gonna mark this high because coin is on the run. It definitely filled the gap that I had on the daily, so I don't even need to check the daily. But my next levels for coin is there. That rejection there. That one. This double top right here. This double top right here. Yeah, these are the next levels I'm watching for coin. See how we approach this level. These are the main levels I'm watching for coin. So I could remove this. We have a lower wick right here. These are the next levels I'm watching for coin this week. This zone I don't have anything, so we can probably consolidate or reject this zone and come back down. See right here we had a head and shoulder and came down on the 4-hour time frame. So next we're gonna check Google. Google has nothing. Hood been on a run. All-time highs. So I'll be watching Hood at this high. We probably make a new high. I played this stock Friday. Let me show you on the 1 minute what it looked like on Friday. So on Friday, this was the pre-market high. This was the pre-market high Friday. And I got in at the high of this candle right here. So would have been on the move. So I'll be watching any pre-market high to see how we approach for the next leg up. Meta filled its gap, but Meta still look like it has more room down. The 4-hour still looks bearish. I'm going to remove these levels that I had from last Sunday, and I'm going to chart this low, watch this low, and see what else we have prior to this day as far as levels wise. These are the first two supports I have on the 4-hour time frame. I'm gonna remove this one and put this one since it's closer. Let's see. Yeah. I can remove this and put this one since that one's closer. Place it with that. So this has room down, but the zone isn't too clean. But I'll keep an eye on it since it's still weak. These are the next levels that I have for Meta on the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, it's still downtrending. Check Microsoft, nothing. MSTR is moving. Another BTC crypto stock. see what's the next levels I have. 1, 2, 3. Now let's go back a little bit to see what's in this zone. Nothing too crazy. So we have a few levels in this area. It's not even about the levels, so it's about how we approach, because as you can see, this area is nasty and look like we want to make a nice move. Let me check the daily to see if we have any gaps up here. So this is where we are right now. The gap is pretty small, not too crazy. Pretty far. This is kind of senseless to do, but just keep an eye out. Definitely a nice bull flag on the 4-hour time frame. Nice bull flag. Keep an eye out for MSTR. Don't care about Netflix. Go to Nvidia. Nothing on Nvidia for me. But I'm going to mark this high just to keep a lookout into the week. PLTR, nothing there for me. Sold off and bounced. Nothing there for me. And we're going to go to Tesla. Let's see. Okay, so with Tesla we bounced. And with Tesla, these are my next levels I have to play for the upside. This is the most recent. This is the all-time high. I'm gonna mark all-time high on this one. All-time high. All-time high. And this is the most recent rejection. I won't mark that. Just leave that. So yeah, we definitely need to break back into this uptrend on the 4-hour that we have right here, and this look like a mini head and shoulder right here, or a SpaceX rocket, but we can easily reject off the 9 EMA and come back down, because this move was kind of extended, so I expected a relief bounce. So I'll be looking at Friday's high or this key level for entry for my next play on Tesla. Yeah. As far as data this week, there's no data tomorrow, no data Tuesday, a few Fed speaking. Wednesday we have FOMC minutes at 2 p.m. Thursday we have 8:30 data, nothing after 8:30. Final wholesale inventories, nothing too crazy. Friday's the annoying data. We have the tentative non-farm employment change, and we have the consumer sentiment. But because of the shutdown or the lockdown, whatever you call it, I don't think they're really reporting these. I don't think they're reporting these right here. That's the reason why I say tentative. Usually there's a time. So I don't think they're reporting those because of the government shutdown. So that's my watch for the week. My main watch is definitely Tesla. I'm going to be watching Tesla to see if we recover. As you can see, coin just hit my first level, so I'll remove this and I'll remove this and see how we approach this level right here. MSTR also, I'll be watching MSTR. So my main watch for the week will be Tesla, coin, MSTR, and possibly more weakness on Meta, because this rejection looked like we can come down strong to these next levels that I have right here.